June TBR. I had a really fun idea for a way to choose our TBR this month, and that is by Vtubers. A Vtuber can be anything from Satan herself to a beautiful singing whale. The limit is literally just the imagination. And I think that creativity can pair really well with books. So I thought I would use that, and I came up with the idea to use inspiration from 10 Vtubers that I watch regularly to help me come up with my June TBR. So basically how this will work is I will show you the Vtuber who I had in mind, and I'll get a rundown of what type of vibe they get off and try to pick a book off my physical TBR that matches like their vibe or their type of theme of Vtuber that they are. Let's go ahead and get started with the first one. Okay, the very first Vtuber that we are going to do is Buff Pup. Buff Pup is a werewolf Vtuber. I love her model. It's really unique. She's really funny and the streams are just always good vibes. And Buff Pup is also an amazing talented artist. So let's go through the shelves and see what we can find. I'm thinking maybe just a book with a werewolf in it. I have a few that I think we can use for this. I have these 3 werewolf books. So I have Moonbane. We also have Fan Service. This is more of a lighthearted read. I feel like I might choose this maybe, but I also have, this is a really highly anticipated book, When the Wolf Comes Home by Nat Cassidy. This has really good ratings on Goodreads, but I feel like a lot of the other reads I'm gonna have for this month are going to be kind of heavy. So I don't know if I want too many horror books. Plus, I kind of want to save some for October. So I'm thinking, let's just go for a lighthearted one for the first one. So I'm going to choose Fan Service. The next VTuber is Kiara from Hollow Live. I love Kiara's energy in her stream. She's so talented. I got to see her at Offkai at one of her concerts. It was a 3D concert last year, and it was so fun. It was my first ever VTuber concert. I can't believe my first ever VTuber concert was to see Kiara. Kiara is someone who never gives up, and she works so hard for her fans. But Kiara is a phoenix, and I think I have a couple of books that I think would fit. Okay, so I'm thinking something up here for Kiara. I've already read The House in the Cerulean Sea. That has a phoenix in it. I would pick that if I hadn't read it, but I've already read it. But what if I read this one? And of course it has phoenixes in it. What could be more perfect? Hold on, let me show you the cover. Hold on. Why does this actually seem like the most perfect fit for Kiara? But it's about this girl, and she has to prove that she can work for this program that helps conserve endangered magical creatures in this type of zoo. I think it's a cozy fantasy. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Okay, I'm excited for this one. Ooh, I'm so excited for this next one. Lena. I love Lena. She is a horror VTuber. She plays a lot of horror games on Twitch, but she also does like cooking streams, IRL stuff. Such a friendly streamer. Her streams are so comfy, even though like the aesthetic is kind of creepy and it's like all horror themed. She is one of the most comfy VTubers out there. She was one of the first VTubers I ever watched on YouTube. I think one of her first videos I ever saw was where she was teaching people how to hook accessories to a model in Blender. So I've been watching her since then. My first thought with that is some type of comfy horror book. So let's see what we can find. I don't want a thriller. These are all my horror books, minus that one, but Sword Heart. I don't know why that's there. I think it's because I have other T. Kingfisher books there, but I've also read most of these. So we could do like a haunted house story, maybe a haunting on the hill. Crap, I don't know which one to choose for Lena, because I don't want to choose something super scary because I don't think that fits the vibe. Wait, I think I know. Hold on. Okay, I think this would be a good choice. It's like a gothic type setting in an old chateau, like kind of like a cozy, spooky type of read, not too like heart pounding or anything like that. So for the vibes, I'm gonna go with this one. Oh my gosh. The next VTuber I have, Neanders. This is another VTuber that I have been watching forever. I'm a huge fan. A lot of her lore has to do with like cosmic horror and eldritch horror. So I actually think I have a perfect pick for this one. That is the library amount chart. This is like fantasy horror, and apparently has cosmic horror in it, and it's about this infinite library that this girl can't escape. This has been highly recommended to me, so I want to give it a shot, and I think this would be the perfect opportunity. Oh, the next VTuber is Bao. So Bao is a whale, I think specifically a 52 hertz whale. And also Bao is a singer. Her voice is amazing. I also saw her at Offkai last year. Oh my gosh, she's such a performer and she's so funny. I love her streams. It's just like just chaos embodied in a cute little jiggly whale. Sounds Like Love by Ashley Poston is the book that I'm going to be picking for Bao. The way I kind of see Bao connecting with people was through her music, and of course like her personality and her fun streams, but like her lore is really centered around music and finding a community through that. And the two characters in Ashley Poston's new book are apparently connected by music through some type of magical thing. I'm sure we'll find out when we read the book. So I'm so excited. This is one of my most anticipated reads of the year. The next VTuber is Girl DM. Girl DM is a villainous VTuber. She plays some really cool games and she's really knowledgeable about the stuff that she talks about, and she's just really fun to listen to. She'll post like her cat and stuff on Twitter, so she's really fun to follow on there. Since Girl DM is a villainous VTuber, I think I have a few fantasy books that could go really well with her concept. I was gonna pick out all of these crazy good books, but then I remembered I had this book, and a girl gets isekai'd into her favorite fantasy world, but she's not the hero of the story. She's the villainess. I could not think of a more perfect match for my TBR to go with Girl DM, so I'm going to choose this one. Oh my gosh, okay. The next VTuber is Giga. I absolutely adore Giga. The way Giga talks about like the industry and VTubing, and she's so knowledgeable about like the industry and VTubing and streaming in general and content creation. I love hearing like her little bites of wisdom that will pop up on my YouTube feed sometimes. She takes really a lot of care in curating her community, which is something that I really appreciate from the outside, like looking in. The concept of her is she's like a level 999 mid boss, and then I think like her new concept is she had like a class change or something, so like kind of like a game character. So I'm thinking, why don't we just continue Dungeon Crawler Carl? I feel like it fits the vibe of Giga. Ooh, the next VTuber I have is Joel, or Porcelain Maid. He has one of my most favorite concepts for a VTuber. Okay. What it says from his profile is, it says, I'm a sexy man who is trapped inside of a living doll. I absolutely love his model. It is so unique. It's always been one of the things that like initially drew me in, and he's genuinely so entertaining, so personable on his streams, never gives up. One of the hardest working VTuber, actually honestly every VTuber I've met is just super hardworking, and he works so hard on his content and always tries to like up the quality and everything. And his voice, he's got radio voice. It's a delight to listen to. I love his streams. His concept is kind of like a creepy aesthetic in a way, so I'm definitely thinking like something creepy or horror, maybe sci-fi. Okay, hear me out on this one for Joel. He always makes sure, from like what I see on social media, that his friends are succeeding and that they're happy. His dreams and everything about him just seems like he's so full of heart. And this is it's a dark academia book, so it's kind of creepy, but it's about this teacher, and she's just great at her job. She's not just good, she's great, like Joel. He's not just good, he's great. He always looks out for the people around him, and that's what the main character seems like she's doing in this book. Based on that, I am going to pick this book for Joel. And the last VTuber I have is Centrea. She's like a cyberpunk VTuber, but she's also, will sometimes see her as a red dragon. She has some of the coolest models I've ever seen, especially like her cyberpunk one. She's truly just entertaining, and she's always coming up with new fun ideas, and her interaction with her chat is just, it's either really funny or really darn sweet. There's no in between. I think for Zentreya, especially with like that cyberpunk theme, and the heartwarming community aspect, I think I really want to fit in this book on my TBR. So I'm going to choose for Zen. I'm going to choose Atmosphere. That is a new release by Taylor Jenkins Reid. It is about a girl. They are preparing with a crew of people to go to space, and this looks like that they're going to be forming friendships, and obviously they're going to have to learn how to work together. And that just reminds me so much of Zentreya. She always brings so many different people together, and that's what's happening in Atmosphere. And here's a view of the pile in case you want to look at it. Minus the 2 new releases at Atmosphere and Sounds Like Love, because those aren't out yet, so I don't have them. But how do you guys think I did? Let me know down in the comments, or if you would have chose something different. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. This was a really fun way to choose my TBR. I might do this again in the future. I will leave all the mentioned VTubers down in the description in case you would like to follow them. Follow all my social media if you would like to keep up with me, and follow my VTuber channel if you like gaming and VTuber content. And happy reading in June. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. Oh yes, subscribe if you want.